Sparking Change with Gigi, a show that aims to make the world a better place by bringing together authentic minds. This show encourages each of us to be the change we wish to see in the world. Get ready to be inspired and join us on this journey to create a brighter future for all.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sparking Change with Gigi. I'm your host, Giovanna Tartarone, and this show is powered by World Energy Healers. And today we have a special guest who's been on our show so many times, Master Bama Kim. Master Bama Kim is the Regional Director of New York of Body and Brain Yoga and Tai Chi, a wellness mentor, a therapeutic Qigong specialist, over 25 years of expertise in mind and body training. Master Bama helps individuals rediscover their natural balance and inner peace. As the Regional Director of New York for Body and Brain Yoga, Tai Chi, and Master Bama leads transformative wellness programs rooted in ancient Eastern practices, including Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation, and brain education. Welcome, Master Bama. Nice to have you again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting everybody.
My pleasure. You know, we had this wonderful summit, the Holistic Wellness Summit, this past weekend, and it was such a success. I'm still getting emails with people just really loving what they experienced, and I can't wait till next year. But, you know, many requested to know more about the work that you've done because they're going home and they're still feeling it. So I wanted to bring you on to share, you know, your experience with the summit, as well as how can we continue to practice this at home? Because when we heal ourselves, we know we heal the world. So love to hear, you know, your thoughts on first, how was the summit? And then what was your takeaway?
My biggest takeaway from the summit that you hosted, first, I felt a big hope. So right after the summit on Saturday, I came to center on Monday. I crossed the bridge every morning, and I felt that the energy, this area has changed, which means your original intention was elevating and impacting the healing vibration through this summit. So it worked, which means like-minded people, all the speakers and vendors and attendees, and their quality was very intense and also very sincere and serious. I've been attending many other holistic wellness programs and summits or conference for the last 25 years, but then this group of people were very authentic and very sincere, and their intention is very pure. So because mostly attendees and the speakers were local, so that's why these people literally impacted this area, especially the Westchester County area. So that was my biggest takeaway. It worked, literally. I felt that. And then second was when I conducted the somatic physical body involved, and then with the energy, and I felt that people easy to get into themselves. So I felt a big hope.
Yes, I love that, because I had people come up to me to say, like, you know, there's something I feel inside, like I feel much calmer and more peace. And so when we are able to be in a place where we're sharing the same intentions, because actually, I mean, that's what you really meant, is that we all share the same intention. So the energy vibes were elevated, right? Consciousness was elevated, just being in the same space. And that's what creates the healing within us. So when we're open to receiving, and I believe everybody there was open to receiving, you know, the beautiful speakers we had, and even virtually, we felt the impact from the speeches we had on virtually. So all of that contribute to our wellness. And I wanted to really get specific on the brain and body work that you do, because, you know, this is we it's important for us to educate how it makes a difference when we connect to, the two, because it's really one system. But if we learn to use them together, we can feel the difference in our body. So let's talk about the work that brain and body does to help us embrace this inner healing.
So when we say body and brain, in this process, we are not just talking about the anatomical body and brain, but body, which is physical or somatic, the matter, tangible, visible, and formed. It's considered as a collective condensed energy form. And then brain doesn't mean the anatomical brain, but the creation and the masterpiece of creation and CPU, like a computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we wanted to utilize our brain through the body by using the medium of Qi or Qi energy. So that's why we practice energy training through the body to train our brain, vice versa. By having proper informations and the utilizing our brain function efficiently, so that we can improve our physical condition and being able to utilize our thoughts and emotions, body the way we intend. That's the true mastership over our body, mind, spirit.
Beautiful. And yesterday, I think we spoke a little bit about the operating system, right? BOS. And this is exactly what you're talking about. It's like the computer. There's Mac OS, and there's the Microsoft OS system, but we also have a system within our body. And if we can integrate where they all work together, this is where we achieve the health. Am I correct?
That's right.
So so now let's take it a step further. They learned this technique this one time at the summit. And of course, there's so many different processes that you help them to connect with, right? Doing tapping on the Danjan, right? Let's talk about what does that happen when people are tapping on the Danjan, in their gut area.
So the belly button area is the physical perspective. It's a central location, upper and lower, in the middle, and then left and right, front and back. The belly button area is literally, it's a central location in the body, but also in Asian Eastern medicine philosophy, that location has the like a strong energy center. We call it 단전. So Danjan is energy center. So when we tap this lower abdomen around the belly button area, it boosts many the neurotransmitter hormone system, such as 95% of serotonin, 50% of dopamine, and oxytocin. Not only for that, improving your immunity. When we tap the belly, we increase the heat. When our body heat up, so it increased the 5 times more immunity, and then gut health is directly connected with our brain. So that's why tapping belly, we call it 단전 tapping, every day 5 to 10 minutes when you get up in the morning. It helps to generate the energy much easier, and also grounding yourself and improve your gut function, and you secrete the serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, which can make you feel very relaxed and also happy and joyful.
Beautiful. And that's really what creates the inner health, right? Because we're managing it.
Yeah, Eastern medicine philosophy meets the neuroscience, and then it's not like something that we need to believe in it. It is a fact.
Right. And it's something that we are, we're not shown or really taught about when we go to doctors, right? Because they're just saying what's wrong, and we get treated with the symptoms, but we don't really get the information to maybe avoid the symptoms and, keep our body well. So this is one way. I know, just doing the practices and coming to your center, there's so many other different practices that we do to really help the body stay well. And one of them is toe tapping. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes. Toe tapping is the motion that you either sit or laying down and stretch your legs out, and then you imagine this is my feet, okay, and then this is a heel. So you put your heels together and then strike your toes like this. So then all the way up, hip joint area can be loosened up, and then striking your big toes is also connected with the spleen meridian channel, and also big toe is connected with the liver. So while you are doing this toe tapping at night on your bed, 2 to 5 minutes, it helps to lower your brain waves. And also in Eastern medicine philosophy, if you have some issue with the upper body, you stimulate the lower body. For example, toe tapping is very powerful exercise for headache, migraines, insomnia, and also it improves your vision. So that means when you have this head issue, you stimulate the feet opposite. So I recommended the toe tapping for many members who have sleep issues, and majority of people they reported that it worked.
And I remember when we did our last show, we did something with the fingers. Can you do that again?
Yes.
Like what each fingers mean? Yeah.
So liver, I mean the thumb is the outside here is a lung meridian channel. Okay, and then index finger outside here is large intestine, and the middle finger is pericardium, and the ring finger triple burner, and the pinky has a two, heart and small intestine. So that means your hands, especially the wrist all around, is covering 6 major meridian channels. That means your foot, the ankles, and your toes are covering another 6, total 12 major meridian channels. So by doing just wrist, ankle rotation, or toe tapping, or hand healing Qigong exercise can cover 12 meridian channels.
Wow. So I just, I should have said this question first, because a lot of people, or some people who don't really understand the energy that we have, the key energy that we have, the life force energy. How can you explain it in simple terms? Because again, there's people who are not aware of energy work at all, or cannot understand how it all blends in together with our physical body. But, many times you've done work with me where you say, I got a lot of block energy. Like, you can feel it. So let's talk about what it is. And if we keep it blocked, like really what happens to our body?
So energy has a 3 different components. For example, the intensity and the strength, purity. So when the energy is blocked, it can make our energy stagnant and heavy and wet, cold and weak. But when we purify the energy, it becomes bright, light, vibrant, and feels like warm. So by checking our body temperature, we can also diagnose, self-diagnose, am I blocked or stagnant or heavy? For example, check your forehead.
Yeah.
And then if forehead is hot, that means our brain has a heat. So when heat in our brain, it can make our brain function less functioning, which means hot-headed condition. So it's like a lot of boiling thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But when we make our head cool by tapping belly, so then cool head. And cool head make our brain waves very calm and relaxed and focused. So by tapping your belly, warm energy can make your lower abdomen, lower back warm, and then it stimulate the kidneys, which is water energy in the lower back area, and then it generate the cooling system to your head. So water up, fire down. This is one of the energy principle. Just like sunlight make the ocean water heat up.
Yes.
And then this heated water evaporated and then goes up and then gather this evaporated water energy become cloud and then rain. Okay? So sunlight goes down and water energy goes up, and then this is a nature cycle.
Nature. Yeah.
Just like a tree. Tree
Yes.
absorbs the water from the root, and then it goes to the branches and leaves and the fruits.
Yes.
And then sunlight absorbed through the leaf and then goes down like this. So our body is a part of nature. So kidneys in the lower back and heart up here. The fire energy from your heart, because 24/7 your heart is pumping blood, right? It creates a heat. So then when the heat is staying here, it makes your head heated. That's why when you tell a lie or when you are so embarrassed, your face become red.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we wanted to bring this hot fire energy down, and then we bring this water cool energy from the kidney up. But then if this chest area is blocked, it's hard to bring it down. So that's why we need to open. So for that, in body and brain training, we designed a specific training. It's called Finding True Self training. It's a heart opening workshop. It's one full day workshop, and then bring this fire energy down to the belly, and then tapping belly, and then make your lower back, lower abdomen warm, and then kidney water cool energy goes to your head. So water up, fire down. Because this heart chakra blockages is more than physical blockages. It's a lot of like emotional,
Yes.
expressive, non-expressed emotional baggage or past trauma holding inside here. So that's why it needs more than physical training.
And I will say that I took the course and it's absolutely transformational. So if anyone is interested, get in touch with Master Bama, because it truly has opened up my heart, and I think also given me the courage to do what I did, put this summit together, because you truly feel, the traumas and things that we go through. We think it's okay and we're done and we're over and it's over and we can continue. But there's a book called Your Body Keeps the Score. Your body does not forget what it has experienced. And so if we heal, and I'm looking at another book right now, it's called Body Code. But if we can heal from those experiences and open the heart, this is when we really connect to our true self and we become unstoppable, right? You start to really see things that you can create and do versus what's holding you back. Because when the heart is heavy, we can't see the possibilities of things that we want to accomplish. But when the heart is healed, now you have different energy, right? Your energy is flowing freely versus your energy being stuck. And that's the gist of the program that really helped me a lot. I love that. And there is so many other things that I believe with brain and body that we do that really helps to release this energy, because emotions is energy in motion. So, our emotions are stuck all over our body, not just the heart as well. Can we say that, Master Bama?
Emotion is E plus motion, right?
Yeah.
So motion, which is movement,
Movement,
and
yeah.
E means like entered inside, something like that. So many people, they try to resolve emotional issues through thoughts, by positive thinking, letting go, blah, 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 blah. However,
Doesn't always work that way.
Emotions, we feel it because we have a physical body. If we don't have a physical body, there's no reason to feel the emotions or thoughts. That means in body and brain training, how we wanted to help people to figure out their emotional or negative thoughts process or past unpleasant memories, so to speak, a trauma. How we want to help them is through the body, because body training body means you are facing re-experiencing of the emotion and thoughts in this body, and then this body condition changes, so then your emotions and your thoughts condition can be changed, which is very practical. Many people, they come to center, they've been doing therapies, psychotherapy or counseling for decades, but after a few private sessions or the finding true self, after a few weeks of this training, they said it worked way faster and more reasonable, practical, and best part is they can do by themselves. They don't need to depend on someone else's forever. So that's why we are teaching the physical somatic movement, but it's not physical training. It's like a holistic whole system training.
Whole system training. I love that. And you know, the exercise that you did, you combined movement, breath, and light. Can we talk about that? Because that's really the combination of all three. Not only are we healing ourselves, but you know, as you said, we're healing the world by doing it. So let's talk a little bit about that to give people a better understanding. And it was short when we did it at the summit.
So energy can be transferred by three ways: sound, light, and vibration. The sound, your voice could be a sound, or what we hear, the music, or our organs sound in the body is also part of a big healing. For example, humming, vibrate your mouth at the same time, create the sound, and then it helps your blood flow. Okay, and also one of the sound that our human body creates is brain blood flow. So in our training, one of the specific music is recorded from our brain blood flow, and our body or brain feels very secure when we hear our own sound that we created from ourselves. So in that sense, I highly recommend one day you record your voice and then listen. It sounds at first weird, hearing my own voice, but then when you feel really tired, listening your own voice, either singing or just humming or this kind of sound, because it's my voice, but usually we don't hear our own voice, right? Just like recording this kind of the show, and then when we watch again, it feels at first weird, but then actually it's a healing sound. So sound is a big part of a healing process, like a singing crystal ball sound or nature sound. Like the best sound healing is actually go to the nature. So when you enter the wood, please take out the earbud, and then no interruption. The birds, wind, the walking steps, all this nature sound, it coherent with our body system. And then the light could be like an electric light like this, but then what I'm saying, the light,
natural light or
divinity within our brain. So in ancient scripture that we practice, it says that heaven descended already in our brain, which is turn on your divinity. So for that, we do imagination, visualization training. So visualization is a part of a light training. And then the imagination, the one of the biggest function of our brain, human brain,
Mm-hmm.
which other creatures cannot, but human brain has a capacity to imagine. All this creation of the modern society is the result of our imagination, right?
That's
So
right.
imagination could be a part of a light because we see in visualization. So we call it mind screen or brain screen.
Mm-hmm.
So you imagined many times about this event, right? And then it actualized. That much visualization, imagination is a big light training. And vibration. Vibration is one of our signature training. You do vibrate. Tapping is a vibration and shaking and then bouncing.
Right.
All
Right.
those exercise are vibration training because the vibration is the fundamental activity of energy in the universe. So that's why when you vibrate your body, literally you are vibrating the atmosphere around you. So when you feel some area entering feels not right and then something that you wanted to change at home, at work, some loosening up, tapping. So tapping doesn't mean you stimulate only here. So while you're tapping, you can imagine
The
the
vibration expanding.
ripple.
Yeah.
So that's why when you tap the center of your body, you are delivering this energy vibration whole body, upper, lower, left and right, everywhere.
Beautiful. And this is where how your body really keeps, well, right? Because you're using all these different modalities to keep the body, I'll say fresh, right? Not stagnant. You're moving the energy around your body. You mentioned visualization. And so I want to talk about, because I took the course with you again about manifestation and visualization. So let's talk about that, because a lot of people, I mean, there's so many texts on how to manifest, right? But there is a secret to this manifestation. So love to hear your thoughts on it.
Visualization, people, they heard about it and then they think that's powerful. Just like the long ago, the video or book, The Secret, vision board, visualization.
Right.
But some people said it worked, but I visualized every single day, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So what's the big difference between who manifests or who doesn't? The key point is a feeling. By visualizing something, not only just visualizing, you gotta focus on the feeling. While you are visualizing that things, what do you want to feel? So in our training, we have a specific training workshop. It's called Miracle Mind Workshop. So that workshop is designed to manifest your miracle in your daily life, whether it's healing your body or successful your business or improving your like a relationship. For example, typically our members are like a housewife and they have a kids. Constantly moms, they worry about their son. Let's say this son has some health issue, like a drug addict, and worry about him and then sick. And then this mom visualize my son, make sure he's um, I worry about him, means she visualize her son with the worry.
Being sick. Yeah.
Mm. But then through the Miracle Mind training, we guided, okay, what do you want to feel?
Instead.
After all the worrying about your son, what do you want to feel? What do you want to feel instead of what do you want to see? What do you want to see, but then you have anxiety and it doesn't resonate. So no coherence happening. So then what you want to see, that's not the end. What you want to see is the picture, okay? And then as if already it happened, and then at that time, what would you feel? What would it feel like? We
If it's
emphasize,
already done.
yeah, feeling. Feeling is very important. Feeling make our brain really activate that vibration.
Right. Right.
So, for example, during our training, the brainwave vibration,
Mm-hmm.
I usually say, visualize that you are already healed. And then when you are healed, what are you doing? So let's say you are running, jogging with a healthy body. And then after that, how do you feel? Feeling very strong and healthy, feeling that feeling right now. That means visualization and already happened, imagination, and then at that time, what do you feel? Focus on this feeling. So 3 steps: visualization. I mean, first of all, you need to pick the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then visualize, and then as if it's happening at that time, what do you feel? So what would you like to feel? Focus on it as if you are feeling. So that mom who worried about son, she focused on the feeling my son is enjoying his life instead of like a drug free. Drug free visualization. He's happy with his family, and she's watching grandkid, like that feeling
Right.
already. So that means we really need to change our internal energy condition. Otherwise, without changing this internal energy condition, we'll fall into the negative thoughts and that imagination, like
Right.
autopilot.
And we, and I love you said that, because we are operating our life on autopilot if you don't have control of your thoughts, right? If you don't if you don't have conscious awareness of how you're thinking and whether it's serving you or not serving you, if you don't stop the negative thinking, you can spiral down, and then of course those negative emotions will turn into something that you didn't want, but you got that because you were thinking about it. Like your thinking, I believe, creates that stirs up the emotions. And if the thinking, I've always catch myself now, it's like if I don't feel good what I'm thinking, I put music on, I do something to get away from that thinking, to help me stay in alignment of what feels good versus what doesn't feel good.
So in that, how can I stop thinking negative things? How can I have a more positive thought? So we try to figure out thoughts by changing thoughts, or emotion by changing emotion. But it helps a little bit, but then fundamental level, changing energy first. So changing energy, changing our the thoughts and emotions, and then changing our habit, changing and destiny. So without changing energy, it's really putting the bandage by changing thoughts and emotions. It's not easy. For example, for those people who are living in a very negative thoughts and emotions lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
they know I need to change my thinking, emotions. How? They try to change by reading the positive words. Okay.
No, they have to do something. They have to physically do something to change it, right? You
So
can't
for
just.
that,
Mhm.
changing energy, how tapping your body, vibrate your body, and the the action. Action means um, like a physical
Yes.
activity to get there, to create something.
Well, I
So
love that.
energy is the key to change our thoughts and emotions.
So when just to stick on that, because this is, I believe, if we don't find a good way to manage that, this is why statistics say, 1 out of 8 people have a mental health condition, is because I believe that they're stuck in this pattern of with the same thoughts going on in their head, right? And so there's different strategies that we can do to even move the body around to shift that thinking, which either go out for a walk, listen to music, um, put your feet on the ground, right? Get grounded a little bit. Can you share some techniques that people can use to help them kind of like shift their thinking?
Yes. So long ago, my teacher, Mr. Ilche Lee, recommended 1 minute exercise in every hour. So we've set the alarm. I don't know, you see that all this every single hour I set the alarm.
So you have it.
Yes. That means we're often falling into some work and then forget about our body, right? So let's say computer work, and then you can sit forever. But then if you have alarm every hour, blah, 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 so then, oh, I said too much. Stand up and do squat for 1 minute, or push up 1 minute, or tapping belly 1 minute. That means remind you to reconnect with yourself instead of falling into thoughts or work. Means while you are working too intensively, you don't feel your body. So at that time, mindlessness status. So when we are focused in our body, so then we can produce way deeper, bigger results. So that's a mindfulness. Mindfulness doesn't mean just sit doing nothing and then focus on the breathing. Still, you can be mindful while you are doing work by focusing, feeling of the body. But every hour, stand up, butt up for 1 minute. 1 minute exercise can be good amount to reset your brain and reconnect with yourself. And also, when we do wrong posture for a long period of time, let's say leaning like that, then computer mouse, so then it becomes a fixed posture, right? And then long run, you have to adjust, or you can have some skeletal structure issues, and then you get tired. So that's why I'll recommend the 1 minute exercise in every hour. I know it could be a lot, but definitely it will help you to reset your body and brain, and then realignment in your daily life.
Beautiful. And then if we take, and this is about being empowered, right? And taking charge of yourself, and knowing that if you do these kind of exercise, it's what we call preventive care, right? It's trying to avoid to go to the doctor. But for those who always see themselves going to the doctors, what advice do you give them as far as what can they do at home to begin their own healing journey? Because I feel like if we're just leaving it to others, we become disempowered. So how can we take it back and own it? And one of them is obviously what you just said right now, but what else can you share for those who are faced with the challenge right now in their health, and they just they want healing. They want healing, they want peace and freedom from being so attached to the illness or the condition.
Okay. Often I say to my members, if you go to hospital regularly, then you will see the same people over and over. It means it's a kind of a habit that when you are sick or ill regularly or often, that means you allow yourself to be sick as a habit. It's like a depression could be part of a habit as well. If I say that who are suffering from those illness and symptoms and mental challenges might not like it, but then in the end, it is my habit, which means first of all, we need to have a strong trust. Our body has the capacity and capability to make me feel well.
Yep.
This is my body, and why my body try to harm me or challenge me? Because my body loves me. This body is magical, wholesome, right? But then when we lost our ownership and mastership over ourselves, and we are giving away our ownership to someone else, which means I make myself slave or a victim and dependent. So body and brain training is designed to restore that natural healing power by reconnecting with ourselves through the energetic movement. So then people start to realize, I can heal myself, or I can prevent from illness and disease or accident, or I feel I am in charge instead of complaining others. There are many people who complain about their sickness. She makes me feel that way. He make me
They point the finger.
this. So that means that you gave your life control to them, which is your slave. So instead of that, we withdraw all this attention and responsibility. I am the master. Whatever I created is also my responsibility. So take care of your shit. So that way, if every single person, if they take the ownership and responsibility of their life, and we don't need a healthcare system. Probably we don't need some like a this like a medical the program so much, because if every single one of us be responsible for our own health, then like we can do so much other things instead of a dependent.
Right. And you know, it's a mindset shift too, right? Because so many years, you know, we believe that um we can't really make a difference, but we can. And it starts with us, right? It starts with us making a decision that we're going to change, or we're going to take back our power by saying, you know, we have to be the change that we want to see. So, and that's not pointing the fingers anymore. That's pointing the finger in the opposite direction to say, what am I doing, or what can I do better for myself? Because I witnessed even at the summit where people just, you know, they came in okay, but they left feeling very happy, because I believe the shift in energy in themselves, saying, you know what, I can do this. I've learned a new technique. I've learned a way to help myself. Just brings in a whole different perspective on who's really in control of your life. Is it you, or is it somebody else? Right. But having the perspective of, I can help myself, I can do this. You know, Henry Ford said, if you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. So it's whatever you say is correct. And this summit and all that you're saying right now is to really help people take back their power.
And my teacher said one of our key phrase, take back your brain. So take back your brain means be the owner and master of yourself.
Of yourself. And so the programs that are at Brain and Body is really to help you down that path. And, you know, my mentor used to say, just make a decision. Everything starts with a decision. And when you make a decision and you commit to yourself, then the doors open up to receive. The summit reminded me of how many people said yes to themselves. and the transformations they received, like I said at the end, I said they invested in themselves. And it's a great investment when you can invest in your own health, because you avoid all the other, what I call, the suffering, the disconnection to yourself is when we're not feeling good. So get back to yourself and to your body and your brain, and doing whatever you can, just like eating healthy. Does food have anything to do with your body and brain? Of course it does. We had the class where you showed us how to make really healthy food, right? It's understanding that we create our reality, we create our wellness, we create our sickness. There's Dr. Joe Dispenza, he said, if you can make yourself sick, can you make yourself well? Of course you can. We just have to believe it. That's the key. And it's the believing and the changing and the shifting of our mind to know that we have more power than we think we have. And taking back our brain is essential. Your final thoughts on where do you think people should go from this summit? Now that we did the summit, many were exposed to the beautiful work that Brain and Body does, to help them to really start practicing new techniques, and what you've given them. What can they do to connect with you, obviously, to take this further?
We have a many diverse way to practice. Most powerful way is find the local center near you. Visit our website bodyandbrain.com, and when you type in your zip code, it shows you the nearest center, few centers near you. In the United States, we have over 80 locations in 20 states. And also we have a YouTube channel, Body and Brain TV, and it has a many well-trained, recorded videos, 10 minutes or 5 minutes exercises that you can do daily basis. Or you can go to the Instagram, so 1 minute like a health tips, and the online training also available. And also we have a very healing spiritual retreat center in Sedona, Arizona. So a lot of the international workshops and retreats and the conference is happening, so you can check out that too. But mainly when you go to website bodyandbrain.com, it shows all the affiliate, the links and the options at the bottom.
Beautiful. And I wanted to mention, your overall mission, right? We recently went to the UN, and we're talking about how we want to bring peace to the world. Help the audience understand the connection between that and what you do.
So all the problem in the world are being created by what? Humanity. So then what caused the humanity problem is how we utilize our brain. What way? Positive way or negative way or harmful or selfish way. It creates a lot of conflicts and discrimination and like a
Separations.
right? So that's why Italy, when he invented this body and brain method, brain education, he realized that the key is the brain. Again, the anatomical brain versus that like a whole mastership brain. So by utilizing our brain for the good purpose, especially good for all, in Korean terms we call it hongik, widely benefit to all, not only for my people or my country, my religious people, but for all humanity and living beings. Not only just human being, but all human beings, I mean the living beings. So how we utilize our brain for the hongik purpose, then we have hope to heal and recover and even evolve this earth condition. So that's why we emphasize brain education, and IBRA's mission is delivering this brain education to many countries, especially the third world countries or developing countries. I don't know if this is a proper terms, but where has a less opportunity to grow themselves and then develop their potentials. So we've been sending a lot of the training instructors and method, the materials to those countries. So
Yes.
that's why the brain education that we practice at the Body and Brain Centers or nonprofit IBRAs or Earth Citizen Organization, another our nonprofit organizations, we all work together for the same vision, which is human evolution. And then Mr. Chili also recently is writing some books. He wrote many books, but then constantly he wanted to show a solution how we can resolve this society and the earth issues by elevating our capacity and functions through the a fifth industrial revolution. Have you heard about it? Fifth. We call it fourth industrial, but then he's going further. Fifth industrial revolution. And also, do you believe in immortal?
Immortal? Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So longevity, if we maintain or manage ourselves well, so then longevity will be there, and then immortal could be possible by understanding what's the true meaning of life and death. So I'm very anticipating his new book, Immortal Longevity, something like that. I don't know exactly the title for the new book, but then almost he's done. So he wanted to give some hopes and dreams for humanity by taking care of you, how much you can go further and how much you can contribute for all.
Yes. And it all starts with us. And that's what I love, that if we can just understand that our change is what creates the ripple effect into the world. This is why we're here, to give back to humanity through us, through individual contribution. So we're taking it down for a landing. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your wisdom at the summit. I know we're going to have another one. I'm sure we are, because this is what the world needs, is bringing together people that are compassionate, they're ready to just put smiles out there and help people to heal, and it's one heart at a time. So thank you again for doing the show with me today, and I look forward to more in the future. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Until next time, I'm your host, and this is Spark and Change with Gigi. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Spirit.
Thank you for joining me on Sparking Change with Gigi. I hope that our episode today has ignited a spark within you to create positive change in your own life and in the world around you. To learn more about how you can become a guest or supporter, head over to sparkingchangenow.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing, sharing, and leaving a review. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to me, and it helps me to continue producing content that sparks change in each of us and the world. You can find us on various platforms, including Google Play Store, Apple App Store, YouTube, Facebook, Roku, Android TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to having you join me again next week on Sparking Change with Gigi.